Hi, I'm Neil Munday. I'm the founder and building operator of 45 King Street in Stirling. We have 4 businesses here in the building. In the operating company, we have a flexible workspace business. We have a recording studio business. We also have an events business, and probably the biggest part of our business here is an Aparthotel. One thing that we had right at the beginning of this project was a very clear vision and a set of design principles. The relationship then started to broaden out directly with Rakkaus at that point, with Chris from Rakkaus. And we then started to get into the detail of what we were going to put into these different spaces to deliver that kind of vision and that customer experience. So the kind of scope of that extended beyond the furniture, the office furniture, which is very high quality. We wanted people to walk into the environment and think, wow, you know, this is really good quality. But in addition to that, it extended to our glass partitions, and it also extended our podcast studio. So we came up with the concept together of what we were going to use that particular space for. You know, Chris, being innovative and creative in terms of his ideas, he came up with the concept of podcast room as a service. So what does that mean? He provided a full turnkey podcast studio, which included the noise baffling, the cladding on the walls, the soundproofness, and he even went as far as facilitating the provision of the recording equipment in there as well. So I wanted to work with like-minded people. Chris was very much one of those people, and it just took that kind of stress out of the system. There was a lot going on. There was a huge project. I was project managing the entire build. So, you know, all I can say is I wish there were more people who would offer that type of customer service like Chris. Rakkaus, for me, was one of those organisations that I thought all they did was the furniture that we put into the office, very good high quality furniture in the office space. Through working with Chris and working with Rakkaus, what I found was that there were a lot more than that. They were here to provide office-based solutions. It wasn't just about the furniture, it was about aesthetically, you know, how the office was going to look. You know, all the way down to the carpet tile on the floor, as well as the glass partitions and the different ergonomics that you would need in an office. Having the electrical sockets in the right places, for example, or if you're in an office, you know, making sure that you've got power supplies and USB ports and things like that on the desks. But it kind of extended beyond that because it was about, you know, the colour schemes, you know, of the office, you know, the lighting. How would the lighting work within that environment? So it was more of an end-to-end consultative solutions-based approach, which was quite reassuring, and it wasn't just a case of me picking a nice chair or a nice desk and then, you know, the supplier providing that. Rakkaus provided that full end-to-end service for us.